of us want to be here. I'm just trying to make the most of it." "By sucking?" asked Chris. "Our team name is your fault," said John. "We were supposed to be called Austin is a Big Piece of Crap, so that Austin would know we think he's a big piece of crap." "Yeah, well, the embroiderer charged by the letter, and you guys didn't want to pitch in for the shirts." "I didn't even want a shirt," said John. Eric fired back, "The league requires bowling shirts." John set down his beer. "I could make the argument that any shirt in which I bowl is a bowling shirt." "Screw you guys. We needed shirts." "Fine, but—" Chris straightened out the pocket of his bowling shirt to reveal the team name. "Split happens." "I thought it was clever." Chris and John shook their heads. A clatter of pins echoed behind them and was quickly followed by an overly enthusiastic, "Yeah, take it. That's how ball busters do it." This had been going on for quite some time. The team they were up against had been bowling in the league for years and drinking since the first frame. A round of high fives shot off behind them, and the three men of Split Happens sighed before an overly enthusiastic voice boomed in their direction, "Hey, Splitheads, it's your turn, losers." "He's talking to you, Eric." "Shut up, Chris." Eric stood and stepped up to the lane. He pulled the purple house ball from the return, held it before his eyes, and approached the line with cautious steps. There he stopped and eyed the pins. The comment, "Nice ball, loser," was followed by drunken laughter and a round of high fives from the other team. "Do you think these guys are taking this a little too seriously?" John asked. "They know it's bowling, right? This whole place is crazy. I've been talked to by 4 different people for breach of etiquette. I didn't think there'd be so much protocol in trying to knock things over from a distance." John sat with his back to the lane. There was a grunt from behind him. "Howdy do." "Gutter," Chris said. John slammed his beer down on the table and made a pile of bottle caps dance. "I can't believe we have to be here. Who would have thought the HOA had so much power?" Chris nodded and echoed the registered letter they had each received. "Hereby required to socialize and get along for the benefit of the community." HOAs loved sending registered letters. "I certainly don't remember the mandatory bowling clause in the bylines. It's BS. Just because he's President Austin thinks he gets to boss everyone around as long as he hides behind 'for the benefit of the community.'" There was another grunt from behind him. "Howdy do." "He fell down," Chris said. Again. Most people would respond with a snicker. Perhaps they would pretend to hide it or just catch it in their hand. But that was not the ball-buster way. The team's mouthpiece bellowed the actual word, "Ha!" as Eric picked himself up from the lane. The rest of the team erupted in laughter. Eric returned to the couch, rubbing his elbow. "On your way to a turkey, Splithead?" "Shut up, Chris. I've never been good at sports." "This isn't a sport, Eric," John said. "It's a game." "What's the difference?" Eric snapped. "For it to be a sport, there has to be a potential for injury." "I just hurt my elbow." "Because you suck, not because this is a sport." Chris hung his head. "We've got 16 weeks of this crap." "Maybe not." John leaned in, expecting the 2 men to do the same. They didn't move. He waved them in. They didn't move. "What if we could get Austin?" "No," Chris said. "You haven't even heard my plan. Your last plan cost me my yard and got me stuck in a bowling league. No. Don't be such a baby. Your yard grew back. Look, I've been going over the HOA bylaws. Austin's broken his own rules. Have you seen that ugly-ass fountain he put in his yard?" "The one with the kid peeing?" Eric asked.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.